Hello and welcome everyone. This is our live session. It was a very quiet start. I think the music was awesome. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everybody, and a very good evening. Welcome, Sakina. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, can. Yes,
Yes.
welcome, Aziza. And
Yes, let's welcome each other and welcome everybody who are joining us here. This is our Icon SG, Women SG conversation. And we are doing a couple of these sessions because it's a very exciting moment for Icon SG. So what is Icon Women Singapore? So this is our Club Wanita Icon Singapura, we call it in Malay, and it's a women's support group proudly affiliated with Club Wanita Icon Malaysia. Our mission is really about empowering and committedly unlocking the icon in you, building platforms that strengthen women's voices, nurture growth, and create opportunities through collaboration, innovation, and community impact. And that's exactly what we have been up to in the last couple of months. And thank you so much, Sakina. She has stepped up to be our organizing chair for the Icon SG Award. So
yes, thank you.
congratulations on that. And you have been gearing this forward. And for those of you who are tuning in, my name is Dr. Aziza Jalaluddin. I'm the founder of Go Global, Shine Go Global, which is an impact investment community, and also Go Global Business School. And I'm very delighted to be the VP for partnership. And Sakina, one of our founding partners of Icon Singapore, as well as the organizing chair. She is also the founder of Lash Consulting, and we would like to hear from her today. The conversation is really about the impact that women make in Singapore. That's what the focus is for the Icon, and how you deserve to be seen and heard. And that's what the conversation we're having today. So let's deep dive into it today. Sakina, so when we say deep, let's go deeper purpose for this Icon award that we are talking about.
Mm. Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Aziza, for hosting these conversations, multiple conversations. We are going to have a multiple session with distinguished guests and also the award committee. And thank you so much to all the viewers who have been supporting our newly created YouTube channel just for this purpose and beyond. All right. And thank you so much for those who are tuning in tonight. So, Aziza, right, when we are talking about a deeper purpose behind the whole Icon SG, it's actually beyond the award, right? When I was assigned to chair this award committee, I made a very deliberate decision. Okay, I did not want to create another awards night where we celebrated the already celebrated, where we celebrate the already celebrated. I wanted to actually build something that reaches the women who have been doing extraordinary work in silence. So this is
Yeah.
what I call it, the unsung heroes, right? We have a lot of these unsung women heroes. And these are the people who go without a platform, without applause, and without anyone ever stopping to say that your contribution matters. So, as the organizing chairperson and as someone who has spent over a decade through my training, right, at Lash Image Consultant, we coach women on confidence, presence, and self-worth. I have sat across from too many brilliant women who did not believe their own story. They did not believe that their own story was worth telling. So that is the gap Icon SG is here to fill, and the start of this Icon award. So when we talk about the deeper purpose, is actually to create that culture shift, a shift where I feel where recognition is not reserved for the loudest voices or the most polished profiles, right? Where a woman does not need to be famous to be
Yeah.
celebrated,
Yeah.
right? In fact, no matter the scale, is seen, honored, and also amplified. So to me, is the award is the vehicle, the movement is the destination. So that is the deeper purpose for me, right? So Dr. Aziza, right? For you, you are a VP for partnership for our Icon Women SG, right?
Yeah.
And with a very clearer sense of purpose yourself. So, so from your perspective, right? Why is it now the time to recognize unsung women in Singapore?
This is, when we talk about unsung women, every single woman walking the streets of Singapore are unsung women because they are doing so much of intense work, a lot of contribution, be it in their personal life or in career or in business and also in social projects. And I know so many of them. And when you say this is the time of chaos. This is the time the world is of uncertainty. And the only thing that we can bring together is the community spirit. And we can only celebrate. Celebration brings joy, number one, and celebration brings communities together. And I feel this moment of coming together, recognizing women, and showing the power of women. And this journey about empowering women has gone. We always talk about it. Is now just recognizing the beauty, the strength, the kind of spirit that every woman holds, and celebrating them is really about unsung heroes. So everybody needs to be sung about. We talk about it, and every
True,
woman needs
true.
to be heard. And we say that it's really today. I was having a conversation with this beautiful woman, and I know it's in my heart. There's so many of them like that who contribute in so many ways. So I'm so glad that we could go into this conversation and being iconic, right? We talk about being iconic. So what does it really mean when it comes to saying being iconic in today's world? Like we say icon.
Yeah, yeah. So this is a word that gets used a lot. And I think it has been misunderstood for too long.
Yeah.
Right? We have come to associate iconic with fame, with wealth, with a large following or a high profile career. But that is not what iconic means to us here at the Icon Women Singapore. And to me, an iconic woman is someone whose impact outlasts the moment, right? Someone whose presence changes the room, not because she is the loudest, but
Mhm.
because she is the most grounded,
Yeah.
right? And she could be, and this person, right, she could be a mother who raised children who now leave others, or maybe a volunteer who has shown up for her community every week for 20 years without recognition. We have a candidate like that in our award, right? And also like maybe a small business owner who created jobs and gave her customers dignity. So these women are iconic, right?
Yeah.
And they just have not been told so yet. So an Icon SG exists to change that narrative, and we are rewriting the definition of iconic one woman at a time. Yeah.
Oh, I love
So
that.
and right now, yeah, and right now we are also talking about the impact, right? So for you, Aziza, right? When you think of women who are looking to honor through this award, right? What kind of impact do you want to see or hope to see in this movement to create in the next maybe 3 to 5 years time? What kind of
Well,
impact? Y-
this is the conversation we always have with our partners, right? What impact do you want to see next 3 to 5 years?
Yes,
Now we
yes.
ask you. Well, that is really what inspired me to be part of this whole journey. You know how much I look at impact, and definitely for women that we are coming into Ikon, and when we had the conversation with Dato Azi, and by the way, shout out to Dato Azi and also our founder of Ikon SG, Madam Fadila Majid. And when we talked about what kind of a result that come out of these awardees that come into the Ikon, that inspired me, because in the next 3 to 5 years, or let's start off with a minimum of 2 years that we will be talking to them about, is really looking at these women. When they come in, they do have a purpose to serve, and we see that amplifying through each one of their effort. So now we have these nominees who have come in. They are being screened through their work, how much they are contributing. And in the next 3 to 5 years, we're going to see these, I think it's about 15 women, all will be amplified with impact. I mean, like, I'm inspired. As it is, we are amplifying 15 women, and these 15 women will be going out there doing projects that go both Ikon SG and the women will be working together on. And we're talking about social impact, we're talking about business impact, we're talking about women upliftment impact, right? So you see all these logos that we have, these are partners who have come in to also support us with the impact, correct? So this is really the word of the day, and how much are we willing to walk the journey together. And I'm inspired for sure on that.
True.
So is that inspiring? Do we see the big picture of this? Is the question, right?
Yes.
And I also want to add on to that perspective that when we come together very often, who are the women that we want to attract? That's something that we really want to be seeing. And also, who are the women we often overlook in the communities that really needs to be seen and heard? So this is really a community voice. So tell us a little bit about your thoughts on that.
Yeah. So who are the women that we often overlook? Actually, Aziza, right? They are everywhere. And yet somehow we still manage to look past them, right? And they are the women who runs a small catering business from her kitchen, feeding dozens of families while quietly supporting her own children through school,
Yeah.
or maybe community volunteer who organizes activities for the residents, right? In her block every single week, not for the recognition, but simply because no one else will. So they are the caregivers who put her own career on hold for years to care for a parent with dementia, example, right? And these are all real life situation. A lot of times I met during my training sessions, I met a lot of single mothers. And single mothers, they are iconic as well, because they are the people who rebuild their life after a devastating setback and is now helping other women to do the same. And I also recently met a teacher who stays back every afternoon, not because she has to, but because she believes in every child in her class. So actually, all these women that I mentioned, right? These are the women. They are the backbone of our society, and we need to start recognizing that. And we often see a lot of great women on stage, right? And at the background, there are a lot more women who are doing the impact, right? That you earlier on you just shared. And these are oftentimes they go unnoticed, right?
Yeah.
And there are also women who don't ask for recognition also. And the reason we overlook them, Aziza, is not because their work lacks value. It is because we have not yet built enough space that are designed to find and celebrate them. So
Yes.
Icon SG and the Icon Award is that space, right? That we start to recognize these women. And Dr. Aziza, I know this will resonate with you personally. And to you, right? Why do women hesitate to step forward or be nominated? Because in our award, right, we believe in self-nomination, right? And to me, just to add on to that, right? To me, when you self-nominate, it's not about self-promoting, but it's like clapping, give yourself a clap. And every woman needs to do that. So in your perspective, Aziza, why do women hesitate to step forward or to be nominated?
This is Asian culture. We know that, every woman is so
Yeah.
shy. It's like, don't talk about, play it low, especially when it comes to women in Asia. I mean, it's a global thing, actually. Women always want to be behind the scene, and there's so many cultural aspects of it when we talk about being behind the scene. And that's why we even say, get someone to nominate you. We have nominated a lot of people, right? So even when we nominate them, it's really because of the effort they have been putting in. And then we had some of them say, oh, I think I'm not ready for it, or something like that. It's primarily is ours in some sense, and I'm not saying it's an absolute. People who have been, not being able to, I mean, this is an education for everyone. If you are not able to come up and represent yourself, if you want to look back and see what is the self-sabotage mechanism that's holding you back, what is the things that you feel you don't deserve. So this a lot about the word deservability. We talk about it a lot in our work as well. So it's how much do you deserve, and like what you said, the tap at the back, the hug that you give, what kind of dynamics is happening for you, and why don't you deserve it? Who's saying you don't deserve it? Somebody's nominating you. Hey, hell, you definitely deserve it. I mean, like, it's definitely something
Yes.
so important and valuable, and you want to look at what would stop you from doing that. And our women in Asia deserves to be out there, to be seen, to shine. And also, there is a very beautiful, actually, it's by our Nelson Mandela, but our dear Marianne Williamson spoke about it. It's actually the power of shining. When you shine, you
Mm.
give other people the opportunity and the permission to shine. And that's the only way you can spread the impact and the inspiration to everyone. What do you think? Do you agree to that? Or
Yeah,
what are your thoughts?
yeah, I agree to that. No, this is something that I think about deeply because I see it in my work, right, every single day. Women hesitate for a number of deeply human reasons, and the first is humility. And
Yeah.
many women have been raised to believe that putting themselves forward is arrogance, that staying quiet is grace.
Yes.
And so they and so because of that mentality, they choose to shrink. And
Yeah.
even when they should be stepping forward. And the second is comparison. This is very, very common. Until date, I still get women comparing themselves with other women. That's why they don't want to self-nominate. A woman will look at what she has done and immediately they measure it against someone more visible, someone with a
Absolutely.
bigger platform or a more impressive title, and
Yeah.
decide she does not qualify. But she is comparing her daily effort to someone else highlight reel, right? So these are the things. So your story is actually worth telling. That's why we built this stage just
Absolutely.
for women, just for you, the audience who are listening to us right now. So
Absolutely.
Aziza, right? Just if you, as part of the award committee, right? One of the criteria or the judging criteria is that the candidates have to submit a video,
Yeah.
right? It's part of the nomination process.
Hmm.
And in your perspective, right, why is video storytelling, right, part of this nomination process?
Well, it's about being seen and heard, and how confident the awardee comes out, right? So it's really a great practice for women to come out there and share their passion and their mission in life and why they are contributing. Because remember, this is not a Mrs. Universe, or we have no qualms about that. But this is not a beauty pageant. This is a icon pageant, right? It's an icon space,
Mhm.
and we want to see what level of passion you bring to the space and what level of passion that you are committing to yourself. And that's why the credibility building, the confidence building becomes really, really strong. And we want to hear what is the impact? We talk about impact a lot here. What kind of impact do you want to see in the world or in our country, in our society, in our communities, so that your role becomes a icon, a journey that is worth leading with all of us. Remember, everyone that's going to come through here will be supported by our community to grow their impact even more. It's amplifying altogether. So it's so important that we hear them, we see them, and then we are able to, have more conversation with them after that as well. So this is so crucial, and also is not about being just successful, right? So in the traditional sense, of course. So what are the qualifying factors do you think needs to be there?
For to qualify, right? And I would say the key criteria lah. All right, there are three things I would say, and the big word is, I think everybody should know this. We have been repeating this word. It starts with IMPACT. All right, impact, integrity, and story. Right, we are not looking for a resume. Right, we are looking for evidence of life lived in service of something greater than personal gain. Right, and impact means she has made a meaningful difference. It doesn't have to be large, right? However large or small in the lives of others around her, it does not have to be national, right? It could be her family, her neighborhood, her workplace. And integrity here, to me, means the way she showed up matters as much as what she has achieved. Has she been consistent, right? Has she done the right thing even when it was hard? And the last one would be story. Story means that there is something in her journey that can inspire another woman to believe that her own path is possible. That is what we are really looking for here. The three impact. Second one,
Integrity.
integrity. The last one is story.
And that also sums up the power of authenticity that someone brings in. This is not a show off game or an ego game. This is not about getting a title or getting into some programs that that will just showcase you. This is really serious commitment. I think we are freaking people out in a way because we are like, oh my God, where is this coming from? Because we are not looking for a successful person. We're not looking for that career women or that, we're looking for that genuine, authentic women, and all of them who have been nominated. When you see them, you will say, oh yes, everything we're speaking about, tick, is going to be there. So this is really exciting, and that's why we want people to show up and celebrate them with us. We definitely will be putting the link in the comment box. You can actually come and witness and celebrate these women with us, because it's going beyond any kind of it's Singapore. It's all the different ethnic groups coming together. It is celebrating women as a whole as well. So with that being said, you want to talk a little bit about the judges? Who are the judges? Do you want to speak about them?
Yeah, I think with our president, Ikon SG Fadila Majid, right, have mentioned the judges in our live sessions. So we have four beautiful and amazing judges. They are none other than Dato' Aziz herself, the president of the Kelab Wanita Ikon Malaysia, will be one of our judge. Second will be Fatima Mohsin. Fatima Mohsin is a very well-known entrepreneur. I look up to her a lot, right? And she's a seasonal entrepreneur. She's an amazing lady, and everyone in our community knows her, Fatima Mohsin. And we also have Kohi. Kohi has done a lot of amazing social work herself, and I heard a lot of amazing things about Kohi. And last but not least, myself, the chairperson of the Ikon Women Singapore. So four of us will be the judge on that day itself. And we are going to choose one out of all the 15 award winners, right, to be representing Singapore. So this is a very big deal, Aziza, representing Singapore, where at the Malaysia Icon Award that is going to happen right after our gala. Our gala is on the 12th of September. So Malaysia Award will be on the 26th of September. That is the place where they will start to feel that, oh my God, is this real that I am now representing Singapore? And when we talk about representing Singapore, no stress, no pressure, but it means that you need to be able to create the impact that we are amplifying, that we are emphasizing, right? And with the support of the Icon Woman SG here. So Aziza, right, what happens to the winner after this whole award thing happened? What happens to her after
Oh,
someone has become the winner and represents Singapore?
I
Do you
think
want
we
to share
spoke
with
about it
us?
at the beginning, and we're going to reiterate it again. And her projects will also be taken on seriously by the community. Of course, she's going to win a lot of prizes. All of them actually going to get a lot of special recognition, but that one winner will have her projects getting into a momentum of growth. That means whatever project that she's going to do, we're going to be supporting that and taking it forward and making it a real success over the years, and we're going to follow through. So this is not a one-off thing. It's not like somebody gets an award and then that's it. We're actually getting into action on various activities that will be happening with her project as well. So it's really a support system that's been created for the winner to take on the project in a very serious way, especially for community impact. I think it's very powerful.
True, true.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think we also have Dr. D join us. And Dr. D is our dear VP for Icon SG Singapore. She is our VP for sponsorship. I'm going to bring her in. And just before that, let me just change a little bit of our format. Let's close that up. Yes, welcome, Dr.
Hi,
D.
I'm here.
Welcome.
And
Wow.
what have you been hearing? Let us hear what have you been hearing. How exciting is that?
Oh, yes. First of all, good evening. Assalamualaikum to both of you and to everyone out there. It's very interesting and I love it. I tell you, if I'm not one of the committee, here I am. Because it is true. It is true that what you have been discussed, it is true, but it's okay. It's okay, right? For them to know, and it's a very interesting. And Dr. Aziza and Sakina, you're giving a very good details, and people may have a time, to maybe look at another time. Hey, I should join, right, Sakina? So the thing is now, when the Sakina reflects to you back, Dr. Aziza, I tell myself, yes, you are the one is the icon in for the 2006. Is that okay? Was that right, Sakina?
Yeah, true,
Right.
true.
Thank you for having me tonight. My name is Dr. D, where people know that I'm a Maven D, where I used to have my own business as the wellness coach and the therapeutic into my D body and mind. And I'm one of the 2006 honorary award. So this is a very good to link later. And what is a Maven Touch meaning? This Maven Touch, I got it during my pandemic, where everyone can't go, right, Doctor and Sakina? So what I do by having my own life skills learning journey, this is how I convert and transform myself to become an IT saver and helping and do some job that I never do because I'm on the wellness, on the therapeutic. So these are the things when people look at me and I go for my branding and they say, "Hey D, this is a good brand for you, Maven Touch." So
Wow.
I'm the touch from the nurturing end. To be frank with you, in Icon SG, even though I am not carrying my wellness, but I'm carrying my leadership of wellness to understand, to balance where the Zenji, where all these generations that we plan. And I'm honored here again, to be part of your committee into the award icon.
Thank you so much. And we are discussing about the nominations that has already come in,
Yes,
Icon
yes,
SG Award. And I want to ask you, what
yes.
shifts when a woman is finally seen and recognized? What do you think shifts?
What woman shift? You mean?
Yeah, what shifts? What in her
Yes.
shifts when
Yes.
she's recognized and when she's heard?
Okay, when we heard about shift, people may say shift. Okay, it just turned, or maybe people used to say I work shift or something like that. But the thing is, the shift is how you yourself shifting yourself. It's about the shifting into the mindset. Once you understand about the meaning of shift, definitely it will goes to your mindset. It goes to your uh, what you want to become. And this other thing is very difficult and it's not easy to shift. But this is something that is maybe need a kind of recognitions, because you know what, I've been doing my wellness. To be frank with you, I'm serving business owner, I'm serving people who are work day and night or something like that. They work hard, they know what they are, but the thing is how they shift into become unhealthy. They think, oh, I'm tired, I'm not enough sleep or something like that. But if you think that is a kind of job and you enjoy you doing it, you're going to shift something better and you can be recognized, having a good shift mindset which become negative to the positive. But I'm
Definitely.
sure I understand when you talk about what shift when woman is finally seen and recognition is about now when something there is an opportunity, right? Something the opportunity that maybe I will ask you, if tomorrow, doctor, you were recognized for your impact, how would you use the opportunity to uplift someone else? So these are the things sometimes people might they may thinking what I've done or something like that. But you are alert yourself. You know what you said. You've been doing in the pregnancy is being yourself. There's a good opportunity. What can I do? What is you have for me? This is a thing that shift mindset.
Yeah,
Yes,
and it becomes a ripple effect, isn't it? It
yes,
becomes a
yes,
ripple effect, and it becomes for people to take on a new journey, and then it becomes viral. That's what we want to do. We
yeah,
want to create a viral impact with this work as well.
yes,
So, women normally talk about, I am not good enough. I mean, it's
yes,
actually a global thing, and even it can be an imposter syndrome. Like every one of us, at some point in time, it goes like, I am not good enough for this, right? Anybody not?
yes.
Anybody in
Well,
the audience feel like they
exactly. This is what exactly, when everyone start from the baby and everyone start from the new, but the thing is when you baby maybe in the new company, right? You open a new company, you set up your company, and you compare with your friend with already 2 to 3 years and you already just started. Oh, I'm just a baby or just started or something like that. So these are the things that I'm not good enough to compare. But the thing is, you forgot about your experience. You forgot about your recognition. You
yeah,
forgot about how you've been learning from educations, from your workplace, and from your client. So these are the things that they are forgot. They said, I'm not good enough. So these are the things why. And then when you say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm new, I'm a new members, I'm not sure. But if you think you are new, you are not good enough, you will not definitely to join a club or any members that you think that suit you. So these are the things that the mindset have to be more confidence once you apply. As what the Sakina's, I'm glad that she's got a few, and I myself also try to manage asking me one or two questions. I said, furthermore, you can ask my chairman because they can tell you more. But the thing is, they just want to measure themselves and how we could tell you have a good enough or something like that. Then they will know. Yeah, so if things
Yeah.
like this reflects to the something like your dream, you might be postponed before and how you want to get back. And these are the things that you will come the opportunity. Hey, yeah, I want to be someone is, or something like that. These are the things then you realize I have something to tell what good enough about me. Yes, doctor.
Yeah, can I just, I mean, like, amazing what Dee is sharing. If the audience, right, what I'm hearing is a lot of powerful points there.
Mm.
And I just want to add on a
Yes.
little bit. When we say we are not good enough, this is really what does it really cost, right, to be unseen? And what does recognition actually changes for a woman? Right. And I have seen the cost of invisibility up close. When a woman spends years giving her best to her family, her community, her work, and nobody ever acknowledges it,
Yeah.
something quietly erodes actually,
Mm-hmm.
and which is what? Which
Yeah.
is her confidence, her sense of worth, her belief that what she does matter. So all this will erode quietly actually, behind the scene. We are all women, right? Dr. D, Aziza, myself, and all the audience hearing. Maybe there are some men hearing also. Please support your women, right? So the
Yes.
cost of being unseen, right, is not just emotional, it is actually practical.
Yeah.
And women who are recognized tend not to ask for promotion. They tend not to ask for opportunity, they never even ask for partnership or recognition, even so, right? They tend to play very small because the world has consistently told them to. That's how the world show up to them. So this is a movement where women need to come together and support, and they need to shift the view of the world around them.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is what I'm hearing from Kadi's sharing. So thanks so much, Kadi, for sharing this.
Thank you. Yes, thank you so much, Sakina, because you know why? When I'm trying to get someone that I've experienced myself when I very first got my award, I mean it's a big one from the SMGCI. I was wondering what do I do, how much sales I make, and how many years I'm doing or something like that. But I've been there for 10 years more, and I was ever invited when I opened my spa. I was invited to share with the home base or something like that. I experienced that. But the thing is, hey, I'm going to be with those people who are really giant, That time is really giants business owner in SMCCI, which is 60 years of the anniversary SMCCI. But the thing, when I think about it, hey, why not I take because, I know this will give me the milestones, and I don't know what is my milestone, but I believe I have a chance with this. Hey, my effort, I honored myself, I'm giving my credit, I tell myself, oh, this is what people sing and I don't sing because I do and work, because that time my baby are very young, my girl all very young, and I tell myself I just do it because I want to do it. And then the second thing, when I got it, something that is a congratulation of people don't know what is your journey. But once you give the result, hey, you are done very good. You have done a good job and you are honored yourself. So these are the things that people you recognition yourself. And when I got my doctors as a hon, I tell myself, I'm not taking any PhD or something like that. I heard people say, oh, you're gonna get all these things. But the thing is they have a procedure. And these people are clear, right, Dr. Aziza? They are clear to recognize you as what you are deserve. Ibaratkan Allah bagi sama dengan darjat dengan kita, how you are, but it is in the materialistic. But in the honor, you are doing for people. You are doing for servant to help people. That is what my job doing the wellness. So I can't explain, but I said I honored myself. You know. So these
Fantastic.
are the things.
That is exactly what we want to do. It's a paid forward thing. People have given us so much of directions, what we
Yes,
have done over the
yes,
years. Now
yes.
is our time to work with all these beautiful women, the next generations coming up, or even our generations who have made it, impact. And this is where we're getting to. So I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Dr. D. And of course, Sakina, your leadership in this journey is just amazing. The way that you are moving styles and people and the structure you're creating is really amazing. What's your
Thank you.
final word for the team, for the people watching? And I've already put into the chat the link to join for the event to celebrate women. Give us your final take before we close the session today.
Oh yes, thank you
Yeah.
so much. Is it me, the one who's supposed to be answer? Me?
Okay, Dr. D can say, and then final from Sakina. What would you
Okay.
like to give a final shout out to
Oh
women?
yes, thank you so much. The thing is, as what I said, um, when people be nominated now, this is a common. It's just not about something that 10, 20 years ago you got nominated, you feel that, I'm the one, you are the greatest or something like that. But now it's a kind of ordinary and it's respectful. So, as what I said, because of this recognition, will change your life, will transforms your life. So the thing is, we see you, we appreciate you, and your contributions matter. That is what Icon is really concerned about, how we can bring them to Icon, because Icon SG is not about Singapore Icon, and we bringing them to the next country with our neighbor who are really welcoming us. That is what I very appreciate our president, who's a very work hard, Madam Fadila and Sakina and you, Aziza. We both are there, and how she really appreciate that we just a starter. Yeah, right. We a starter. So it's simply celebrating with us, achieve with us, celebrate each individual character with your own resilience, your own compassions, or your unique service. So I believe everyone are very unique. So instead of this, um, shall I say, each one of us deserve to win, even though we are not there. We are not on the stage with that. But we want everyone to win. We want everyone to feel and to hear their deserved story and to be heard. That's what I can say. And even though you are not one of the so-called an awardee, whatever, but do come and support them. They want to share with you what they are been through and why they are standing here. It's not about the achievement, it's about their stories. They need to be heard. Thank you so much for this opportunity and hope to see every audience who are here. We are not only here, we're going to have some more, right? So I believe this is a very interesting. Icon is always unique. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Dr. D. Yes, for me, before we close, right, one word I want to let the audience know
Mm,
about to describe, okay,
mm,
an iconic woman to me is one word is unstoppable.
yeah,
And the one message that I want women, especially watching us right now, is that please remember that your story matters even before the world knows your name, right? And this is all the conversations that we are having tonight. These are the reason why you need to join us on the 12th of September at our gala night. Even though you are not nominating someone or you are not nominating yourself, but this is a place where you will see, you will mirror yourself, okay, mirror the women that is on the stage, and one day I hope to see you on that stage. And before I sign off, I want to speak directly again to everyone watching tonight. If this conversation has stirred something in you, do not let that feeling pass without doing something with it. Okay, first, get your tickets to our award night on the 12th of September. Do we have the link here? There's a link here. If not, then you please visit our Facebook and our Instagram at Icon Woman SG and get your tickets there. And then this is the night that you want to be in the room for, not just watching from the outside. And second, if you feel called to be part of this community beyond one evening, Icon Women Singapore membership is actually open on our website. It is not just a sign up, it is not just a membership. It is a decision to stand
mm.
alongside women who believe that impact matters, that recognition matters, and that no woman should carry her contribution alone. Okay, so that is my message for today.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
I love it. Thank you so much. And it's a real appreciation for every one of you who are watching, even if it's a recording or live. we really want you to be part of this journey for women, for women, by women, and in the spirit of camaraderie, community building, impact creation, and it's beyond just business or career development. That this is where we are coming together in a beautiful spirit of connecting in Singapore and beyond in a powerful way. So thank you so much for tuning in, and thanks. Sakina and Dr. D for joining us. You're going to meet many more wonderful, distinguished guests, and even the nominees who will be coming for Icon FT Award. And the nominees will also be presenting themselves here in conversation with you, and then you'll get to see them. So remember, book your tickets. We are having a very powerful group of people showing up at D Villa on 12th of September, and we want to see you there. So talk to you soon in the next session. For now, let's sign off. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you soon. And thank you very much. Good night, everybody.